We be live.
We be live.
We be live. Hey guys, thank you for being here. If you're here, that means you've been paying attention to all of the demonetization. We keep jumping around between channels, right? God damn, this
Which is
YouTube.
another reason why you should subscribe to our newsletter, because you can
Right.
always find out where we're jumping to next.
Yes, we're gonna every time we're like it's like whack-a-mole. YouTube keeps trying to hit, like people keep trying to like hit us. Like we jump from the only place that you will be sure that you're not gonna lose us is on our newsletter. So and if you are on our newsletter, you get a gift, which is our blasphemous art, right? Beautiful, sexy blasphemous art. We send that to you for free. And also that means that wherever we go, wherever we end up landing, nobody could remove us, right? We just send you an email like, hey, we're here, right? So, I mean, that's if like Atheist Republic gets completely removed or something, right? But that way we are... it's like, no, guys.
I can't take it.
No, no, it doesn't matter. If everybody is in our newsletter, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah. We'll just we'll just email you guys, right? We'll become uncancelable.
Also, if we reach 1,000 patrons on Patreon, we'll be uncancelable.
Stop touching that Mikey thing. It's a thing. It's making noises. Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
It's okay. Look, Soha is telling people to subscribe to our newsletter. Amazing. Soha is amazing. Soha, you're awesome. Wait, let me actually pay attention. Guys, did you send us...
I'm giving off Tulsi Gabbard vibes. I need explanations.
What?
Why? I need explanations. How so?
She didn't even express any opinions, and we're not
like an appearance?
An appearance. Yeah, we're not Assad apologists, so...
Yeah.
Wait, why am I hearing echo?
Tulsi is a stone cold MILF, though. Although I'm not a MILF. So... Wait. Pause.
Yeah, she's also like, I don't know, gone crazy.
There's a lot going on over there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, ask us some questions. Aditya asked us the first question. What do you say in Persian for Shalom or Namaste? What is the equivalent?
Oh, that's actually very interesting, because I have been waging a war against some butthurt Iranian atheists who refuse to say salam. Okay, so in Iran, the common way to say hi is salam, right? And some atheist Iranians refuse to use that. Or not just atheists, also Zoroastrian, and any anti-Islamic Iranian, just like, I'm not going to use salam, that's Arabic. I'm going to use the traditional Persian way of saying hi, which is durud. Okay? And for goodbye, bedrood, durud, whatever, right? And every time I do the Persian live stream on Atheist Republic's Persian channel, when I say salam, there's a whole bunch of butthurt atheists in the live chat, like, why are you using this Arabic? This is Arabic, Armin. This is like, why are you...
Decolonize your mind. Decolonize your mind.
I'm like, say durud. I thought you were an atheist. And I'm like, you guys are just racist. I'm just telling them you guys are racist. So instead of saying salam, these days, when I start the live stream in an Atheist Republic Persian, I say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I say the full Islamic religious thing to be like, you want me to stop saying salam? Here's the full Islamic version of it. Okay? How about that?
Awesome.
How about that? How you like me now? How you like me now? All right.
In classic Navabi style, he only knows how to double down.
Because I'm like, don't be so religious with your atheism, guys. It's just a goddamn word. Chill. Even when you say goodbye in Farsi, you say Khuda Hafiz, which translates to God protect you. So people are like, why are you saying Khodafez? You don't believe in God? I'm like, shut up. If you like, just shut up. Anyways. Yeah, exactly. I'm blaspheming against Iranian atheists. Yes. Well, we recently blasphemed against Iranian atheists by drawing Cyrus in our blasphemous art.
Making out with Muhammad.
Yeah. What do you
On
mean?
a leash in front of Khamenei.
You can mention. You just have to mention with Armin Navabi instead of Atheist Republic, like this.
Well, if you're on mobile, you can't.
Oh, okay. Does your hair?
Oh wait, there was more questions above.
Okay, wait. Does your hair grow in straight or curly? And have you ever tried growing your hair long? No, I've never tried to grow my hair long. But don't you see the answer to your own question? Like, look, it's curly. Do you think my hair grows straight and I just spend the time to curl it? Do you
That'd be adorable. Oh my god, can you imagine?
Do you think that this is on purpose?
He goes to sleep with little curlers in his hair, like secretly. Secretly.
Oh god.
He's like, you
Wait,
caught me.
do we have any members on this channel? No. All right. What is
Can
guys'
you have
case?
members on this channel?
I think so.
We need to migrate our emotes over here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. What is Katie?
Katie, why do you think the sun is portrayed as a man in most polytheistic religions? Amaterasu in Shinto is the only sun goddess that I know of. Surya in Hinduism, Ra, Apollo, Helios are all men.
I have no idea. However, so correct me if I remember this correctly or not. In Arabic, the moon is male and the sun is female. Soha? Oh, Dali
I think you're right.
Dali and Soha. Am I correct? In Persian, oh my God. In Persian, I was going to claim something. No, that's going to be racist. I don't understand. Okay. Some language. God damn it. Okay. I don't know how to say this. All right. So I think it's better for things not to be male or female. Like the pen, like we have, like you have to learn when we. Okay. So in Persian, there's no male or female for things that are not living. Okay. So even as a child, I remember when we had to learn Arabic, they were like, we had to memorize, like, is a pen or male or female? And I was like,
so dumb.
This is stupid. So like, why?
Gendered language is so dumb.
I'm like, why are we doing this? What is, like, who came up with this stuff? Wait, so was I correct? Yes, both Soha and Dolly are saying yes, correct. Okay, Dolly asked a question. I think we missed it.
Wait, but there were some other questions first, just so I can keep track of them. Hey guys, I was wondering if Armin could tell us a jinn story that he's heard back in the motherland.
A jinn story?
Do you know any ghost stories, like Persian ghost stories? I don't know.
I think you underestimating how much. Okay. So here's the thing. Growing up, the stories that we were influenced by were mostly not Islamic stories. Okay. So I only like when I was like teenager, I remember my cousin saying that, hey, maybe like if you keep red light on, jinn will show up. And they did that, and there was a jinn that laid an egg somewhere in their house, and they saw a jinn. And I was like, I could tell that he was like making stuff up and blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but like that was just one thing. Like the Arabization of Persian culture was not as successful. Again, I'm not saying this is a good thing or a bad thing, okay? But I'm saying the Arabization of Persian culture was not as successful as other countries like Egypt, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, right? So from all the countries in and around the Middle East, the two countries that became Muslim but were not fully Arabized are Turkey and Iran. Like you can see, they even kept their languages. Like most countries around the Middle East where they become Islamic, the language also became Arabic. But in Turkey and in Iran, the fonts became Arabic, and then Ataturk changed that eventually. But the language remained Turkish and Persian. And a lot of the culture and stories and poetry remained the same. Something a lot of Egyptians, I think, like Egyptians and Lebanese people are now like trying to be like, so you know how the Persians are like, we was kings. So now, I know, like, to a lesser extent in Egypt we was pharaohs. Like they're like trying to revive the pre-Islamic culture, but I think with Egypt it's like
decolonize your mind.
yes. Anyways, next question.
Armin, do you have any funny ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend stories? Do you have any funny ex-boyfriend stories?
No, but I like how Maggie didn't assume. That's very cute. I appreciate that. Funny. I have tragic and good ex-girlfriend stories. Wait, do I have any funny ones? I have a funny one, but it depends on your perspective. Wait. Yeah, I don't think it's fair. It depends on to her for me to share this. I don't know. Wait, I don't even know if she would classify as a girlfriend because it didn't last that long. I remember. Okay, no, never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of personal.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just like, I know I'm not gonna name her or anything, but I think it's just gonna be not fair to make fun of her so publicly. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable making fun of her like this. But go on.
Yeah.
Next.
Like, we don't have their consent.
No, but it's not that we need their consent, because I'm not gonna name them. I just feel icky. I don't know why. But yeah, let's go.
Okay. How are you both so adorable? Are you both gods? Well, we are adorable.
Yeah, but gods are not that adorable. I don't know what you mean talking about. Have you read into gods? They're the farthest thing from adorable. Look at him.
Don't we have a shirt in the store that says like, I'm no longer an atheist because I'm a sex god?
Oh yeah, and people get really upset over that.
I think it's that type of a situation. Okay.
Yeah. We are making gods adorable though with our blasphemous art.
True.
Go
check them out on blasphemousart.com.
Yes.
Manga Hot Atheist is saying, have you of you
stop touching the mic? It's like
sorry. Have you ever fired a gun? I get the impression Susanna might be a prepper. So I haven't really fired a real gun except for like BB guns as a kid. Although I do come from a family that does own firearms. And card carrying NRA members. Although I do want to go to a range. I really do. I have friends who are gun owners too. I'm like, can you teach me? What about you, Armin?
I've been to shooting ranges. I've been I've tried. Wait, well, here's the thing. Here's a full history. In Iran, they trained us on how to use a Kalashnikov and a G3, German and Russian guns. But we didn't shoot any bullets. That was the day that we were supposed to learn how to use guns. And this mandatory by school, middle school. And we were so excited. Like, we were so excited to be able to go and shoot guns. But we got the guns, and the only thing that they trained us how to do was to take it apart, and put it back together again, like Humpty Dumpty. And it was so boring. And then after that, like, okay, now can we get to shoot blanks or something? Then no, then they took us and to show how to do marches and like stand in the goddamn sun and listen to orders and then take for formation and then go from one formation to other formation when the sun was like right under the freaking sun. And it was like that was ended up, I was so looking forward to that day as a teenager, and it ended up being such a disappointing day. But then later in Canada, yeah, some of my friends took me to a shooting range, and at that time I had grown out of excitement of shooting guns, and I went there and I shot some guns, and I was like, meh, I guess whatever. I was surprised about how much. What is this called?
Kickback.
The kickback. I was like, God damn! Like, seems like it's dangerous to be both side. The both side of this is like I wouldn't want to be either side of this thing. But one thing was interested in me was how much religiously the people there followed safety protocols. And I remember the people who took us there, they, even though they had the safety on and everything, when they were removing the gun, they pointed it towards other people, and everybody there started shouting. They lost their mind, and they started shouting at him and everything. And even though safety and everything was on, I was like, this is like, wow, these people take safety seriously. That's pretty good. Anyways.
Yeah.
Right, next.
Yeah, it's like that in my family too. Are you kidding me? Dolly is asking, do you believe in Juj and Majuj? Or I guess this is Gog and Magog. Do you know where people get these stories from at the first place? I didn't know about Juj and Majuj until like literally I started studying Islam. This isn't a thing in any mythology I ever grew up with. Well, so the simple answer is no, I don't think I would anyways. Right, where do people get these stories from? That's a good question.
I don't know the origins, yeah. But there needs to be a movie about it, like a zombie kind of movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Yasser Qadi's.
Yes, Yasser Qadi's theory.
As a modernist, he has to try to find a way to justify this and to rationalize it in the modern day world. And so the whole time he's giving this lecture about Juj and Majuj, and he doesn't say zombies.
Yeah,
but he is inferring that they are zombies.
Okay, Susie, you're not clarifying to people. Somebody's asking, is this the Gog and Magog in the Bible? Yes.
There's Gog and Magog in the Bible?
Yeah. This comes from there.
Wait.
Yeah, this comes from there. The origin is like, Gog and Magog comes from somewhere else. Juj and Majuj is basically Gog and Magog. It's the same thing.
Wait.
Yeah, here. It's Ezekiel.
Oh, okay. The only thing I remember from Ezekiel is his freaking.
Oh, Dolly didn't know either. Oh, I guess so a lot of Muslims don't know that Juj and Majuj in the Quran is basically the Gog and Magog in the Bible. You guys didn't know this? Your mind is blown.
Well, I mean, Ari, I guess that, not Ari, Dolly, that answers your question of where does this come from?
Well, I don't know where that
plagiarized from different folklore.
Hey, don't call it a plagiarization because there was no copyright. There was no intellectual property rights back then. So I know, I'm joking as well. Anyways. For once, what are you talking about? Anyways, continue. Next question.
Are you guys coffee or tea people? Both. Like a true bisexual, I go both ways. No. I have one cappuccino, like literally, like at least one cappuccino, like every day for the past 6 years of my life. And I drink a lot of tea because I'm trying to just keep it at one a day. But I have like herbal tea or milk tea.
Oh my God! Don't. Don't do that. That's horrible.
What? What's horrible?
Isn't
It's
that
sugar
full of?
free.
It's sugar free? Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Enjoy. All right, next question.
Armin, how much of the Quran did you have memorized before you left Islam, or after it, if you kept learning?
Why would I? I'm not a Hafiz.
You were on your way. You were on your way.
No, what the hell? How common do you think it is for people to memorize the Quran? Even the most religious people I've ever met, like a fraction of them are Hafiz. I only memorize Fatiha, which we call Hamd in Iran, and whatever the surah Qul huwallahu ahad, whatever that surah is called, and also the Iqra bi'ismika allazi khalaq, that surah, whatever that one is called. I forgot their names. And Nas, that one was so easy to memorize. It had just Nas.
You memorized.
Just memorize that one. I don't know.
You memorized the Baqarah.
So I memorized 4 surahs only, and obviously the shorter ones, the ones at the back. The one that is, I forgot, like Allazi. No, I forgot that surah, but I remember memorizing it, and I was like, "Who? Like, this is such lazy poetry." Like, I was like, it just ends, every single verse ends with nas. So I'm like, yeah, great poetry, man. Like, yeah, miracle. Anyways, but the most beautiful poetry in the world. Sure, buddy, sure. Anyways, but okay, Kenji, like, do you like? I know you're an ex-Muslim living in an Islamic country. Do you just know Hafiz like left and right? Like, are you like, you must be living in a very...
Well, Kenji was a pretty serious Muslim.
Yeah, but I know serious Muslims that were in Hafiz. Hafiz, but for people who don't know what Hafiz is somebody who has memorized the entire Quran. Yeah, it's not a religious requirement to memorize the whole Quran. But anyways, cool.
I only know one person who was like a Salafi who, they weren't a Hafiz, but they like memorized a significant portion, not the whole thing.
Wow. Dolly had memorized almost half the Quran. Okay. How do you calculate half? Because I know the trick in half, okay? People memorize the end half, and the way they calculate that this is the half is they count the number of surahs, okay? But that's not technically half. Just because you memorize half the surahs in the Quran, that, I don't know, you probably memorize like 10% of the Quran, because those are all the short surahs. So I don't believe you when you say memorize half the Quran.
Oh, anyways. Wait, Katie has a good question. When are you going to do the stream on the Sky Daddy in Indo-European religions? Well, Katie, you are our resident mythology expert. You are. So you send us the best video that you think we should.
She did. She
has.
Shit. No, the thing is that I am very, very interested in this, okay? I just don't know how interested everyone else is going to be. You know, I can see like everybody falling asleep while I'm reviewing the video, but I really want to do a live stream on this. I just think like we're going to lose. A lot of people are going to be like, this is getting too nerdy. Like, it's getting too... But I would really love to do that live stream. So I have to think about it. If you guys think this is very interesting, please leave a comment here and let us know. Like, oh, yes, please do this. It's going to be good. Like, we want to watch this together. All right? So, yeah. Cool.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience? UFO, for instance? No. I know other people who have claimed stuff like that. Some pretty like crazy stories too.
Right.
Some people who have claimed to see jinns in Yemen.
Mm-hmm. I had a dream once, and then what I dreamt came true exactly the way I dreamt it. And then I realized I remembered the dream only after the event happened. So then I realized that maybe I didn't have the dream. Maybe because I only remember that I had a dream after the event happened. So maybe the event happening created a false memory of a dream. And then I wondered how many times people who say they had a dream and something happened exactly the way they said it was not actually a dream, was a false memory of a dream after they saw something happening. Because that would explain a lot of people thinking that they dream things before it happens. Anyways, next.
Susie, any new updates since the Twitter nonsense? I'm banned. You know, Twitter gave me a life sentence, no parole, with no due process, in solitary confinement. Actually, I'm not in solitary confinement because this one is my cellmate in Twitter jail. Do you guys have the same opinion on Mother Teresa as Hitchens? He called her Hell's Angel. Yeah, I actually have an entirely Catholic lens on Mother Teresa. We used to watch dramatizations of her life together as a family. So to be honest, I'm not even familiar with what like her most potent criticism is.
She was a monster. This is not like, this is like documented. Like, this is not even, you know, if you look into it, it's not even debatable anymore. Like, it's beyond reasonable doubt that she was like, we need to do an art on Mother Teresa over how much she and valued pain and suffering instead of healing. Something to that effect. She wanted people to suffer. Did you know that? Like, she didn't want them healed.
Well, that's very Catholic.
Yeah, true. Yeah, she was a monster. Like, she is responsible for so much misery, and not unintentionally, on purpose, and against the most vulnerable people in society. And she got rich off of it. Imagine taking the worst off people that are already in the most horrible situation and torturing them and making their life even worse, and getting famous and rich off of it, and then be celebrated as a symbol of piety and goodness around the world for so long. Like, it's the most
so that little Susanna can cry over dramatizations of her life with her family.
Yeah.
And she's on her way to be beatified as a saint.
Wow. Yeah.
Now she's not just Mother Teresa, she's Blessed Mother Teresa, which means that they've begun the process of trying to canonize her as a saint.
We need to make an art of her being like put, like, I don't know, punished or something. I don't know. We need to do something. Yes. Art idea for Ramadan. Oh, that's a good one for Ramadan.
Oh, mukbang. Ramadan mukbang.
Yes. Good suggestion.
That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
What if it was like Muhammad doing a Ramadan mukbang? Puya is asking, Armin, how did you get out of military service? You avoided conscription, sir.
We paid somebody that knew somebody. They gave me a card that said I did 2 years of my military service. And I didn't do a day of military service. I didn't do 1 day of military service. But I have a card. Maybe I should get my card and show it to people. I have a card that shows that I finished my military service in Iran.
When you do military service, are you automatically part of the IRGC?
No.
Or are there different parts?
There are different parts.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Next.
Would either of you join the military of the nation that you currently live in because of the opportunities offered? No, because I don't. That those aren't my only method to opportunities. I'm very lucky in that way, right? For a lot of people, that is their path to opportunity.
I don't even understand the question.
So at least in America, there are lots of incentives to join the military, join the National Reserve. They'll pay for your college in a lot of cases, and lots of other benefits as well. And also people just make it their career, especially because of pension at the end of the line, stuff like that. So for a lot of people, it's a way to get an education. It's a way to get out of poverty for a lot of communities. Honestly, I came from a well-off family. I didn't have to worry about that type of thing. That wasn't my path to opportunity. I went to college right when I turned 18. So
yeah, no, I wouldn't do it either. Especially given everything I know. If I went back, I knew how to find the knowledge that I need myself and turn it into opportunities. But yeah, let's go.
Wait, can you even join the military at your age?
Which country? Depends on the country.
Canada.
Oh. Yeah, as reserves you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the Canadian military reserves have a lot of benefits or incentives like they do in the US?
I don't know, but the same guy that I told you about, the guy that took me to the shooting range, he's part of it, and he really loves it. He does that not because of benefits. He just really likes being part of it. Yeah. Anyways, let's go next.
Repeat question. Whoa, I jumped. Okay, well, I'll just do the first one I see. Sabella Toda too is asking, what are your thoughts on the Virgin of Guadalupe? When will you make blasphemous art of her? Genius. You need to trigger Mexican Catholics too.
I have no idea what this is, but I'm in.
You don't know about the Virgin de Guadalupe? So basically what's very interesting about a lot of Latin American and South American Catholicism is a lot of it is combined with folk religion. So
I know that part.
Yeah, the Virgin of Guadalupe is one of those examples where she's basically what's the word I'm looking for? Like
she looks like
a combination of like a corn maiden with the Virgin Mary. And there's lots of different theories about it. For some people, the combination of Catholicism was a way for them to practice their indigenous beliefs, quote unquote, under the skirt, meaning it's coded as Catholicism, but really it's an indigenous practice, but they had to do it under the skirt to avoid persecution from the Spanish primarily. But the Virgen de Guadalupe has a very interesting story about this man who I can't remember it all, but she had.
That's good. We'll add it to our list. We'll look into it.
Okay, let me see if. What do you think about hypnotism, black magic, or science? Okay, well, these are all very different. Science is fantastic. It's the best method we have for establishing what is objective reality.
Why would you even highlight this question? This is very weird.
Because I want to answer something about this.
Okay,
Black magic is like, what? No. The thing about hypnotism is, I'm actually reevaluating if I think hypnotism is real. There's a lot of people who think that it's just placebo. But I've been hypnotized, so like I'm very, or is it pseudoscience? Like I'm started to become very skeptical about it, and so I want to investigate a lot more about hypnotism. Is this an actual science? I mean, it's used in clinical practice. So,
Shubhankar, what do you think about pineapples, rain gods, and indoor plants?
You tell me.
All right.
This was a real apples and oranges question. Oh, hi, Hindu historian. Okay, guys, if we missed your question, ask it again because my thing jumped really far. Yeah, Neptune, you said I skipped your question. I missed it.
Well, maybe ask it again because it's okay. If instead of saying you skipped my question, if you just posted it again, it would have
We
been
would have just
easier.
read it.
We would have just read the question. Oh, Harris Sultan is here. Hey, Harris.
Hey! Harris, we got demonetized on the main channel.
Harris, we got demonetized. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's getting a notification, because he's not getting the notifications from our AR channel.
Wait, guys, send us some more questions. What do you think what do you think should change in Islam to make Muslims stop killing or so? Well, it's not like Muslims altogether as a group. That's
Muslims don't really kill that many. Okay, here's the thing. Most Muslims are not killing people.
yeah.
Okay.
Or if they are, it's usually outside of the fact that they're Muslim. Well, just the way like Christians kill people.
No, yeah, but Islam,
they're Christian.
No. Yes, okay, yes. Islam has a negative effect on people. Most Muslims are not that influenced by Islam. If they were, the world would end. Right? So, and most of the crimes that Muslims commit is not because of Islam. Okay. However, the influence of Islam is still a negative influence, and the world would be a much better place without Islam. Islam is a damaging enough ideology that with the limited influence it has on Muslims, it does cause a lot of damage. Okay, but most Muslims are not. Most Muslims are amazing. Okay, most Muslims are good people. Most Muslims are far superior to Islamic values. What do you think should change in Islam? If Islam changes as an ideology, then it's no longer Islam. It's not. Islam doesn't really need to change. We need to get more Muslims to be less influenced by Islam and more Muslims to leave Islam. Okay? You can't change Islam. I mean, are we gonna, if you change it, is that the new thing? Is that Islam? So what happens to that original Islam?
Oh, well, yeah. Dolly had a follow-up comment, which was why Christians get over that, but Islam is still stuck in caliphate dreams in Allah's land. So I think Dolly with this question was speaking more towards a reform, but I mean,
go back to the second question.
Yeah. So do you want to get into your feelings towards reform?
See, Dolly, this is why you're getting confused. Look at the words you're using. Why Christians get over that, but Islam? See, the word here you're using is a religion. The word you're using here are a group of people, because you're confusing ideas with people. You're not putting them in the same category. Okay. You're saying why Christians get over that. Well, Christians got over it the same way a lot of Muslims have gotten over it. Christianity, you have to compare not Christians with Islam. You have to compare Christianity with Islam. Okay. And you have to compare Muslims with Christians and Christianity with Islam. So has Christianity gotten over it? No, Christianity has never gotten over it. Read the Bible. The Bible hasn't changed. Okay. The Bible is still the backward, violent, barbaric, anti-woman, anti-human, anti-gay, anti-science, anti-skepticism, anti-progress religion that it was from its inception. So Christianity hasn't changed. So Christians have changed. Christianity hasn't changed. Okay. I mean, the source material, this hasn't changed. Okay. To be more fair, like, yes, there's interpretations of the source material hasn't changed, but the source material hasn't changed. But Christians have changed and Muslims have changed. Okay. Christians are less influenced by Christianity, and Muslims are a little bit more, well, not a little bit more. Muslims are more influenced by Islam right now. And the progress that we want to make is the same progress, is to separate more Muslims from, see, Muslims are not like, robots that you just insert Quran and just follow the Quran and the Hadith, right? It's not like black and white. Muslims are not Muslims and nothing else. Muslims are many things. Like, for example, I'm an atheist, but I'm more than just an atheist. I'm many things, right? Muslims are also many things. We want those other things to have a more like Muslims are influenced by Islam. They're influenced by the podcasts they listen to, by the YouTube channels they watch, by the books that they read, by the friends that they talk to, by their parents, by their environment. Okay, so Islam is one of the many thousands of things that is influencing what they believe. Okay, when you're an ex-Muslim, becomes that influence of Islam gets close to zero. Maybe not zero, but close to zero. But what you want is for Muslims, for the influence of all those other things to be more than the influence of Islam, right? You want to, so the battle between Islam and non-Islamic ideas is not the battle between Muslims and non-Muslims. The battle between Islam and non-Islamic ideas could be within one person, could be within the one individual. You could have a battle between Islam and competing ideas. So do not think that when we're saying like we're fighting against Islam, this is not a battle between non-Muslims and Muslims. Okay? All right, cool.
Neptune is asking, will you invite Ayan Hirsi Ali on Secular Jihadists? Now's the best time to have her since she released her new book.
We have invited her many times. I think Ali has tried. We'll try again, and she will say no. She is, to get Ayan Hirsi Ali, you either have to pay a lot of money, and I'm talking a lot of money, or you have to be a major podcast or news channel. Like she's not gonna spend her time talking to a podcast like Secular Jihadists unless you guys want to, start collecting, like, I don't know, it's a lot of money to be able to get Ayan Hirsi Ali if she doesn't think you're not gonna give her a major platform. Anyways, continue.
Are you going to watch the upcoming anime about Yasuke, the African samurai? It's based on real history. No, but that sounds awesome because I love Afro samurai. I mean, that was fictional. Katie, let me know when that comes out. Have you guys appealed? We can appeal for remonetization in 1 month.
1 month. So we can't appeal.
Please.
We haven't been told by YouTube what we did. Like we've been demonetized for hateful content. It's not specific. They don't tell us which video was hateful, and we have to change the channel. And they don't say what that change means. We're assuming means like removing the problematic content, and then appeal in 1 month. But we don't know which videos to remove because they don't tell us which videos are problematic. So it's really hard for us to fix the channel before we appeal again.
Ariane is asking us about the burqa ban in Switzerland. We're actually going to be talking about this on the news this week. So tune in 2 days on Saturday. It's a very weird story, actually. I think it's very weird that Switzerland did this. And I'll
really
talk about that.
Yeah, tune into our news. We're gonna on this channel. We're gonna be covering the news, so tune in there.
Oh yeah, so guys, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when the news goes live. Have you heard about the U.S. government saying they are reverse engineering UFOs? I've vaguely heard about this before when I used to listen to some weird podcasts. It's pretty cool. Seems like the best way to go about it.
I think they already, whatever, if there are any UFOs, I've already assumed they were U.S. government property anyways. That was my Occam's razor.
Yeah, which is why they're reverse engineering them.
Wait. U.S. government is reverse engineering its own property, like its own stuff? They already have it.
Oh, you mean that they were the creators of it?
Yeah, probably.
I see.
Who else would be able to? If there is any actual, everything I've seen is just like, okay, I don't know. I haven't done research on this, but without doing any research on it, I assume that if there are stuff that is flying with more advanced technology than everyone else, I assume they're probably made by some elements of the U.S. government that the rest of the U.S. government doesn't know about. It's most likely scenario. Okay, so yeah.
How would either of you feel if an AI sex bot was made in your image? So is this a physical thing or is this a virtual reality thing?
What is a sex? I would think the world just got so much better. I would be it's a gift to humanity.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, world. Why not? Wait, can I charge right? Do I get a cut?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think you probably do because, adult stars make their own. I can't even say what it is. Copies of their genitalia for sale. They license that,
If I get a cut, I was gonna think this is great. Do it. Whoever wants to do it for the sake of humanity, for making the world a better place. But then I realized,
look at me giving charity.
No. I'm not gonna be that generous. I realized that this could I could make a profit out of this. No, I need to get my cut. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about something like that. I feel like it would probably be used to harass me.
Why would they harass you? There's so many copies of you out there, and they can't even tell the difference. They might be harassing you, and they were "Oop!" Didn't they realize they haven't been actually harassing the carbon copy of you? They have been harassing the silicon copy of you all this time. Actually, wait a minute. Now I'm actually very concerned. If these AI are self-aware, they need to have rights and stuff, right? So I'm going to make sure that these AI if they're self-aware, do they want to be sex bots? Are they being? Are they being used for slavery? Now I'm actually concerned. Okay, so how self-aware are these AI, and do we need to pass new laws to make sure that they were not using them as sex slaves? So there we go. Hey, by the way, future AI masters that will invade the whole world, look at me fighting for your rights before you even existed. Don't kill me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not into that idea. I already get sexually harassed enough here with people asking me if I'm doing OnlyFans or whatever. In our own frickin' community tab. So yeah, no thank you. Also obviously not. I can't have people see my feet.
All right, next.
Literally, only one person gets to see my feet. Put a burqa on that shit.
Okay, next. We're gonna get demonetized here as well.
They're too perfect. I have to lower your gaze from my feet. Did you ever think AR was going to become so infamous that the whole channel would get demonetized? This is a milestone. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I'm surprised we even have a channel left. No, yeah. Yeah, we assumed this. We assumed we're gonna get there. That's why we're telling everybody to get on our newsletters, So we were planning ahead for this and a lot worse than this. So that's why we're telling everybody to get on our newsletter. Link in the description. But yeah. Next.
Random interesting comment from Hindu historian. Oh, this is when we're talking about changing. Islam is impervious to reform in a way that no other religion is due to it because it specifically condemns innovation.
True. However, the thing is that the text in the Bible and the Quran, there are some parts of it that are extremely clear, but there's a huge part of it that could be interpreted in so many different ways, right? So even if you say you can't change the text, there's a lot of different meanings that you could get out of the text, right? So a lot of people come and say Islam can't be reformed. What I say is not that Islam can't be reformed. I say Islam shouldn't be reformed. Islam should be abandoned, okay? Because technically it can be reformed by, looking at the text in different ways. You do gymnastic arguments, right? Even if you don't change the text, because the Quran made it very difficult for you to ignore parts of the text through cherry picking. It does have that built within it. However, people are very creative in coming up with ways to read, scripture. That's unfortunately a bad thing. Because it makes the religion stay relevant for longer. If the text was more rigid and harder to come up with new interpretation, to for pragmatic reasons to stay around longer, for when the world is going through modernity and coming up with better values, this religion tries to pretend that it's still relevant, and that's why by pretending that it's still relevant, it stays with us longer. I wish that the text was more rigid. So my response to reforming Islam is not that Islam can't be reformed, is that we shouldn't let it reform. We should let it die as a religion, not the people. The ideas, goddammit, every time I have to say that. Yeah, Islam should be erased, not reformed. But anyways, next question.
Where is another one? How was The Dissident? So we watched a documentary together recently. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll start over. We watched a documentary together recently called The Dissident. It's about the assassination of the most prominent Saudi journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, inside of a Saudi consulate in Turkey. It was a really good documentary. It teaches you a lot more about who Khashoggi was and what his values were, and how his relationship to Saudi changed over time, and a lot of the crazy stuff that the Saudi regime is up to. I didn't realize the extent to which they had IT cells, the same way that the BJP has IT cells. Did you have any thoughts on the documentary?
It was very well made. Go watch it.
It was really Brian Fogel is the director. Wait, but I know what documentary we need to watch next, Armin. We need to watch 0 Days, and it's about how the U.S. and Israel likely teamed up together to create a Stuxnet, which is a cyber warfare to make the Iranian nuclear power plant spontaneously explode. You remember when that happened?
Yes.
So it's a documentary about this. It's
good.
Crazy.
Let's watch it. Okay, I have proof that Harris Sultan doesn't listen to what I'm saying when he disagrees with me. He thinks he's really smart. He thinks he's really smart, and I explain something, and he already has made up his mind. And when I'm explaining my position to him, he's just like, no, you're wrong, because he's not listening to my points. So here's my proof. Harris Sultan is saying, so Armin, you're filtering your words and being extra careful and still got demonetized. This is why you're not listening. There's a difference between monetization and deprioritization, okay? Even if the entire channel is demonetized, we're still going to try not to use certain words, because the main point of the Atheist Republic channel is to grow the channel so that we could get more newsletter subscribers, right? So there are certain keywords that a lot of people have done studies, and he's like, you're like, oh, I use this word and I don't notice the difference, as if you could use your own judgment to see how the algorithm works. So there are a lot of data analysts that keep using certain words to see how the algorithm responds to it, right? So even if the entire channel is demonetized, we're still not going to use certain words like the big H, because there might be, sometimes there might, because YouTube is constantly changing the algorithm, certain keywords, if you use, YouTube is like, oops, we're not going to show this, we're not going to recommend this as much because you use that word. because there might be a radical video or something like that, right? So YouTube is like wants to make sure that cleaner videos grow on YouTube faster than controversial videos, right? So if you this is why Harry Sultan, okay, this is why our Persian channel or your Urdu channel, for example, has a higher chance of growing than the English channel, okay? Because the keywords that are supposed to be controversial, they have that set up mostly for English speaking channels. They don't have those for like Persian or Arabic or Urdu or stuff like that, right? So if you look, for example, you could see like our Atheist Republic Persian channel has only 8,000 subscribers and is getting a lot more views on a channel compared to our English channel, which has 30,000 subscribers. Because our English channel is constantly talking about controversial stuff that YouTube doesn't want the channel to, like, these are topics that YouTube is like, can you just post like, recipes and workout videos and cat videos or stuff like that? Because we don't want these kind of content to grow because it's controversial. But they don't have that on our Persian channel. So with 8,000 subscribers, it gets a lot more views. So anyways, but I'm joking when it comes to See, again, Harris is not listening. He doesn't understand the difference between demonetization and deprioritization. Okay, I'm not talking about demonetization. I'm talking about deprioritization. Anyways, okay.
Sabella Tonotu is asking, Armin and Susanna, what are your thoughts on James Lindsay and Helen Pluckrose? I know James is getting a little intense on Twitter, but he's good outside of Twitter. I agree that James is way more respectable outside of Twitter, and that may be like a harsh way of saying it, but it's just the easiest way to say it. And he didn't used to be so buck wild on Twitter too. Something really changed over the summer after the death of George Floyd, where there was kind of like this resurgence or emerging en masse of critical race theory based anti-racism books being pushed heavily into the market as the country was grappling with how do we make sense of this event that just happened and how do we stop this from happening again. And I think, a lot of people like really kind of lost their minds during that time. It was crazy out here. Tons of cities in the country were on fire. I had some pretty heated takes, because it's just like, oh my God. But I feel like I kind of came to an equilibrium, right? I feel like James didn't come to that equilibrium, at least on Twitter. And then he had his heel turn into becoming a Trump voter, which was something else. And now he's basically pushing conspiracy theories. It depends on how seriously you take him. I really like Helen Pluckrose. I think she's very evenly keeled, very principled in her liberal values. James can come across very heated on the internet. I've spoken to him before in person. He's really nice to talk to. But I don't know if it's because he's gotten a particular audience lately from the time when I talked to him to now that things have gotten pretty intense. But I like his writing a lot. And I think Helen seems like a really sweet person.
I think James Lindsay has lost his mind. I am actually a little bit. If you voted for Trump, and you're still defending that guy. It's really hard for me to justify. Again, I know if a lot of Trump supporters watch us, and you might get triggered because they're very sensitive. Some of them are very sensitive. But if you voted for Trump, and it makes me very difficult to be able to trust your, capacity to evaluate good from bad. Okay. I mean, it's not going to be a deal breaker the same way, like if you're a Muslim or if you're a Christian or if you are like believe, not like a cultural Hindu, but actually believe in the Hindu gods, or if you're Jewish, again, religious Jewish. I'm still going to like, maybe there's so many other things that about your opinions that makes up for the fact that you're religious. Okay. But the fact that you're religious or a Trump supporter, or like a Wokistani Mujahideen, it's going to be a huge, like, this person doesn't understand how to evaluate good from bad, right? So for me, James Lindsay has gone too far on that side, and the fact that he doesn't see that is amazing.
It bothers me when people voted for Trump because of wokeism, because of critical race theory. Like, it bothers me when people voted for Trump as a tool against critical race theory. I think that's the most illegitimate reason to vote for Trump.
Yes.
Or to have voted for Trump.
There's no legitimate reason. But but you're right.
To me, that's the least rational or validating.
Well, I mean, the least rational. I can think of the lesser rational. There is no rational. I mean, you could be like, well, he's
because of QAnon, that would be below.
Or he's sent by God. No, I'm voting for him
because
he's sent by God. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so that would be bottom of the barrel, but it's close there. I mean, because let me be clear, like, people have apparently, I haven't looked at the polls, but I've been hearing that there's a huge wave of voters' remorse for Biden, particularly because of a lot of executive orders that he's passed.
Which were good. They were good.
I haven't looked into all of them, so I haven't drawn an opinion. There were lots that I agree with and I do think are good, but there was a lot of voters' remorse, I believe, particularly regarding how long it's taken for the COVID relief to actually come, which was not a promise that was well kept.
Yes, that was a good point. That was a good pushback.
I still need to look at what the actual numbers are for this voters' remorse, but people, some of the commentators are talking about this is just this wave. And there are some wokey things that Biden does and says, and some policies that I need to look into more, but it's not like this woke Armageddon that people sometimes are making it out to be.
By the way, we forgot to mention to people to go and check out Harris Sultan's channel. Guys, go if you're interested in ex-Muslim channels. Harris Sultan has one of the best ex-Muslim channels, and also especially if you're interested in Pakistan and India related, both culture, religion, politics around that area. Harris Sultan's channel is a must. It's a must. So
speaking of the algorithm, Horace is saying, I don't claim to know everything, but my point is these data analysts are not sure either. They're speaking from their ass.
Oh, yes. Very anti-intellectual.
This is one of the dumbest things.
Amazing anti-intellectualism.
Someone who is trying to isolate variables, take out confounding factors, analyze things, collect the data, analyze it. They're speaking from their ass versus you with your channel just doing what you want and just not really paying attention to results versus other results. You're not controlling for anything. You're not trying to isolate this on a separate channel where nothing's ever been touched. No. You're freeballing it. But these people who are doing this in an experimental setting, literally, they're speaking
again, just to be clear, we're not claiming that they are right, but they are. It's a better way of understanding things.
There's a higher likelihood that they are right.
Higher likelihood.
You.
Higher likelihood. Not certain, but higher likelihood. Don't be and don't promote anti-intellectualism, Harris. Anyways, let's go next.
I am here for empiricism, baby.
Yes.
How are you guys celebrating the beginning of the space race day today? Wait, what is this?
I have no idea. Now we need to look into that.
Oh, Katie is saying we also need to stream on the Hindutva propaganda in Europe to raise the status of India, like resurrecting dead NGOs, etc. Yes, the like 10 to 15 year long campaign to influence the UN with anti-China and anti-Pakistan propaganda, faking identities. Yeah, identity fraud is crazy. I still need to read about it though. It's been dubbed the India Chronicles, but it's fascinating.
This is shorter, so because we could end this. Just short answers from now on. Okay,
What
this
do you
one.
think? Why do you think that third presidential candidate is not allowed in presidential debates?
I think they're allowed as long as they meet a certain threshold, and most of the time they don't.
Yeah, we just have a
don't know.
duopoly. Like we
Yeah.
do have, we have way more than two parties. It's just not well supported, which makes it virtually impossible.
I think if they hit like, I don't know, like a 10%, 5%, I don't know the number. If they in popularity and funding or whatever, then they could meet the debate stage. So I don't know, but it's very hard to make it. I don't know the details, so not the best person to ask. You in this one?
Biden signed the COVID bill today, but I've not received a stimulus bill check. Well, it's probably going to take a minute. I will be looking for that direct deposit to hit my balance.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, Nick's comment is very interesting. I didn't know what he meant by space race. Now I get it. Today, is it today? This is funny, actually. This is really funny. Hold on.
Explain for people who don't know.
Oh, yes. It's today. It's Prophet's Ascension.
Oh my God. Today is when he took Barack to heaven?
Yes. That's what he means by the beginning of the space race today. Today is the anniversary. That's genius, Harris. Did you come up with that, Harris? That's pretty genius.
Space Pegasus.
We should make art on that. So are you not like this is the third art idea that we can like, are you writing these down? We had Mother Teresa, that Mexican Virgin
de Guadalupe.
Yeah, and now we need to do a blasphemous art with Muhammad. We should have done it before today, so we had it ready for today. But it's okay. We'll get better at this. Okay, we'll get better at this. But we need
What
to do.
would it be though? Because it would have to be sexy.
Of course, we'll think of something. It could be bestiality with the.
Oh no! I think that might be against Patreon guidelines.
Okay, that's against Patreon. We'll think of something. Wait, I know it could be Muhammad and Angel Gabriel making out while they're riding Barack on their way to heaven. They're like, because how they're gonna pass the time when they were going all the way up there, right? There we go.
It's a couple hours, to get this done.
We might as well have fun on the way there. Right?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
If anyone proposes to me, the price for my hand in marriage is 1,000 Baracks. You have to get me 1,000 space Pegasus, and then it will be yours.
Oh, Harris is going to talk about this today in his Urdu stream. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Esra, right. Yes, wait. So I know there's two movements. Is that why there's two? I don't remember this. So there's one, so Muhammad was going into his house, okay? And then the thing, he lifted it, I don't know, to knock the door, the thing on the door that you knock with it, right? And then...
The door knocker?
The door knocker. And then, I don't know, he went from there. No, actually, the story that we were told is different from the Sunni version. Because the Sunni version, Gabriel comes and he introduces Barack, and this Barack, and he's shy. He's like, Angel Gabriel, don't be shy. This is the Prophet of Islam. Don't I don't know. There was some drama happening there. But anyway.
You're like, oh my God, I'm so nervous.
No, the version we were told is he was taken from his door all the way to Beitul Maqaddas, to Jerusalem, and then from Jerusalem went up to heaven, right? And then when he came back, I don't think this is what Sunnis were told. This is what they just told us in school. I don't even know if this is canonized in Shia Islam. If all of that happened in such little time that the thing that he was going to knock the door with, right, it was still swinging. So he went and he basically did like his prayer in Jerusalem, and then from there he went and he met Abraham and Moses, and then from there he went and met God. He went so close to God. Oh, when Muhammad was getting close to God, Gabriel was surprised because Gabriel took him to so close to God. At some point, Gabriel got to a point where Gabriel haven't gone past. And then Muhammad kept on going, and Gabriel was like, "What is happening?" Like Gabriel was like, "I haven't gone past this point."
Like
And
the point of no return.
and Muhammad was like leaving Gabriel at that point and getting closer to God. And Gabriel's mind was blown, like, "Whoa, you could actually go past this point? I didn't know." So Muhammad went to a place where Gabriel even haven't gone at that point, right? But all that experience and all the stories, when Muhammad came back, all of that happened in such little time. So this shows that Islam knew about like relative time theory and all that. This is a miracle, right?
Oh my gosh. Confirmed science.
Yes. Confirmed. No, that like all of that happened in such a little time that you could see the door thing was still, Muhammad said like, "Oh, this is still swinging." So all of that experience. And then the day after, he told people exactly how the mosque in Jerusalem looked like, right? He told people like, this is where the gate is, these were where the walls are. And people are like, how could he know this? He's never been there. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's it.
Wait, but what does this comment actually say?
This is the second part is Mi'raj, which we refer to.
Oh, she
I don't
just
know
gave it to us in Arabic.
Yeah.
Is
Isra and Mi'raj, is that like the two movements? Like Mi'raj, I know Mi'raj is going up. What's the Isra thing?
Haris is saying the Sunni version is different.
Yeah,
Barak was brought to him. He took Al-Aqsa Mosque. He took to Al-Aqsa Mosque, tied his flying donkey to a ring on the wall there, which is apparently still there. Then he went to Seven Heavens. Yes, when he came back, the bed was still warm.
Oh, you guys have a different version of how the time passed. Okay.
No, you know what's funny? This kind of reminds me of a Muhammad Ali quote. What does he say? He's like, oh man. He's like, I'm so fast, like I can make it in, like when I cut the lights off, I'm in bed. Like, so he's so fast that when he turns off the light, he's already in bed before the room is done.
Wait, okay.
He says it better. He's very poetic.
So here's the thing, okay? Look at this, okay? This is very interesting. There are a couple of things I want to bring about this, okay? Aristotle is saying Barak was brought to him, okay, by Gabriel. So Barak, by the way, is the flying, half human, half face of a human, body of a horse, wing that they flew on. By the way, Barak was never introduced to us as children. And I think because it was really ridiculous, like because it was so apparently like we would laugh at it as kids in school. So I think for us, it was just like Muhammad just went up. We were told about Gabriel and Muhammad, but we were not told about Barak because I think that part of the story was removed because I think a lot of us would have doubted how serious all of this is if that Barak was part of the story. And I think they removed it intentionally. So Barak was brought to him. So here's an interesting thing. The Sunni version of the story, or the canonized version of it, mentions that Muhammad was taken to Al-Aqsa Mosque. And guess what? Holes in the narrative. Because that mosque was not built at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Al-Aqsa Mosque was built after Muhammad's alleged death date. So this actually shows that this whole story is nonsense, okay? So the rest of this says, tied his flying donkey to a ring on the wall there, which is apparently still there. True, I've been there. I've been to Al-Aqsa Mosque, and there is an entire section of that mosque that is named after Barak. There's a gate, and that thing is there. However, I do have to defend donkeys here because people keep making fun of Barak by calling him a flying donkey, okay, instead of a flying horse, because I think like horses are supposed to be more elegant and beautiful. Horses are idiots. Donkeys are smart. This is like anti-donkey propaganda. Everybody makes fun of Barak by saying flying donkey. What does everybody have against donkeys? Donkeys are a lot smarter than horses. Okay, change your mindset about the way you look at, like, Donkeys are amazing.
I was never expecting this to be like the hill you stand on.
Why is everybody against donkeys? Donkeys are better than horses, okay? Horses are idiots. Donkeys are smart. All right. It's funnier with donkey. Yes, it's funnier donkeys because you all think donkeys are funny. You're all speciesists.
Put some respect on the name of the
Everybody thinks donkeys are funny. Why do you think donkeys are funny? Donkeys are not funny. They are very smart animals, but they're better than horses. Horses are hardworking. So are donkeys. Guys, horses need to be led all the time. Donkeys, you put the stuff on their back, you show them where to go and back one time, and then you don't even need to then they don't even need the rider. They show at the place, you put the stuff on them, and they know exactly where to go, and they get deloaded without any rider or anything. Okay? You could lead a horse into a fire, and they were like, "Oh, I guess this is where I'm supposed to go." They follow you. That's how stupid they are. Donkeys are like, I'm not gonna go there. What the hell, right? The reason why horses are so useful to humans is because they are followers and they don't question anything. Donkeys are smart.
donkey. I just like caught them on the left.
Look, I was right. Esra, there's two movements, okay? Esra is from Medina? No, from Mecca. Wait, was it from Mecca or from Medina? God damn it, I forgot my story. Esra is from Arabia to Jerusalem, or I think it was Mecca. Guys, was it from Mecca or from Medina? I think it was from Mecca, yeah. Esra is from Mecca to Jerusalem. Mi'raj is from Jerusalem to heavens. So it's like an L shape. Esra, Mi'raj. Yeah, it was from Mecca. There we go. I knew it. You know how I remembered it was from Mecca? Because I remember people were still fighting over, is Muhammad, like after he came and said like that he saw Jerusalem and everything. The story is that people were like laughing at him, like, how could you believe him? This is a ridiculous story. If this was in Medina, people wouldn't be laughing because he's like, I'm your king, boy. Why are you laughing at me? Like, he's the leader, right? He's like, so I remember the story must have been in Medina because like most people were laughing at him, and people came to Abu Bakr like, are you guys, look at this idiot Muhammad. Can you believe his story? And Abu Bakr said, if Muhammad says it, it must be true. That's what Abu Bakr said. But the fact that so many people were making fun of Muhammad makes me remember that the story was from the Meccan phase, not from the Medani phase. Anyways, all right, let's end this here. Thank you, everyone.
Wait, one last question. This is very important. Any favorite musician from the Middle East that we can follow? Omar Soleiman. Omar Soleiman is so good. Literally, he's a Syrian wedding singer that goes 10 times harder than your favorite rapper or rock star. Guys, like Omar Soleiman all the way. I could listen to his music forever. Wenu goes off. And okay.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I was gonna say I don't have any favorites, but that's not true. Can I have a few seconds to tell you my favorite? I can't find it.
Oh, also, if I'm really into a lot of Yemeni Jewish music, so Yemen Blues is one of my favorite bands. Awa, another one of my favorite bands. There's also Quarter to Africa is a really good Israeli band. I found a really good album on Spotify that's
how do you
like
know so much
Arabic
about
psychopop. It's so good. It's called like Oriental Groove or something. So it's like 70s Arabic groove. Really, really good. And a couple of psychedelic Persian artists on that album too. So try to find that.
Yeah, I don't listen to music based on where they're from. I just listen to stuff and they sound cool. I was like, okay, right? But yeah, I can't find the music that I like, which is it doesn't matter. You know what? The best music from the Middle East is the Quran. Listen to the Quran, recitation of the Quran. Of course, the miracle of Allah is the most beautiful thing ever written. How could you not? Yeah,
You don't need. Obviously, it's the azan. You don't need anything else.
It's the azan. Yes, of
As
course,
just the
of course, of course. Anyways, let's end this here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I don't know how Susie knows all these things. I don't know, it's weird. She knows too much. Anyways, let's
I've
go.
been listening to a lot of Dabka music recently. I can't stop watching Dabka videos. I'm like, someone teach me how to Dabka. Just the height that some of these men are jumping and they get so low with the squat. And with the stick spinning, I'm impressed.
Wait, guys, I legit like Zekr. I was listening to some Zekrs by some Sufis. I'm like, I can get into this. They're like the ones that go like this, and they go the ones that go in circle, and they keep Zekr. Yeah. The one that keeps saying Allah, Allah, Allah. Like they say it in such a way, of like, wait, I can see the trance. It's having an effect on me. Like, yeah, I get. Yeah. Anyways, let's go.